big hurry. It's just different. It's the Pac-12. You can give a coach another year or two. The fans don't go crazy. You're not in talk shows getting clobbered every day. We got pro sports out here. In the South, Ed Orgeron loses. All you do as an athletic director is drive to work and listen to the radio shows crush you and your family all day. So it's different. It's very interesting about J.J. Watt to Arizona. Look at what is happening in the NFC West, the best division in football. It is an arms race. So Arizona, in the last couple years, drafted Kyler Murray a year after Josh Rosen. Big move. They traded for DeAndre Hopkins. Huge move. They signed J.J. Watt. These are huge moves. The Rams go get Brandon Cooks. They trade for Jalen Ramsey. Huge move. They trade for Matthew Stafford, giving up multiple number one picks. The Niners trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. At work, got him to a Super Bowl. They traded for Richard Sherman. That was a smart move from Seattle. He's been great. They made a move for Dee Ford. Didn't work out. The Seahawks, huge move for Jamal Adams, and also traded for Carlos Dunlap. I would say it made their defense better. No division. These are massive moves. J.J. Watt, DeAndre Hopkins, Jalen Ramsey, Matt Stafford, Jimmy G, Richard Sherman, Jamal Adams. These are massive moves. Keep your eye on San Francisco. So Seattle went big last year. Arizona just went big. Rams went big with Stafford. Keep your eye on San Francisco. Multiple rumors about Jimmy Garoppolo. The Jets announced today, we will take calls on Sam Darnold. Just saying. This is the SEC of the NFL. I mean, a lot of these moves, you're giving up multiple first-round picks. Keep your eye on the Niners. 2 days ago, we got a Teddy Bridgewater rumor with the Niners. The Jets are now saying, call us on Darnold. This division, this is the reality of it. You have to be aggressive in this division. It's just too good. You've got to make moves. Got a lot of young GMs in this division, too. Lynch is young. John Snyder's young. Les Snead is young. Steve Keim is young. These are go-for-it guys. These are not old-school GMs. Joy with the news.
No.
Turn on the news.
This is the Herd Line News. Sponsored by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
NBA All-Stars approaching, and the NBA announced the players participating in the Skills Challenge, three-point contest, and dunk contest at the All-Star Game on Sunday. Robert Covington, Luka Doncic, Chris Paul, Julius Randle, Domantas Sabonis, and Nikola Vucevic will take part in the Skills Challenge. Then Devin Booker, Jaylen Brown, Steph Curry, Zach LaVine, Donovan Mitchell, and Jason Tatum are in the three-point contest.
I love that Steph Curry is in that. He's just saying, because LeBron won't do the dunk contest, but Steph's like, I'll get in the shooting contest.
I think it's going to be great. And both of those will take place before the game. Then at halftime, they're doing the dunk contest with Anthony Simmons, Cassius Stanley, and Obi Toppin.
That's it?
Yeah.
Three guys. Let's just get rid of it.
Well, they're doing it at halftime, so they don't have a long time to do it because they want, they don't want fans in the arena, and they're doing all this, in the same night. Whereas normally for All-Star, the skills contest, the three-point shooting contest, and the dunk contest are on the night before. And then you have the celebrity game, then you have all of this on one night, and then you have the actual game on Sunday. That's how the weekend usually goes, but they're condensing it.
I like the fact that Chris Paul, who's going to be a Hall of Famer near the end of his career, is ready to go up against the young guys. I love that. And I love Steph Curry's like, all right, take me on.
I'm an All-Star game person. I don't really love the Pro Bowl because it can be
awful.
Difficult to kind of have an exhibition NFL game.
Very few things about the NFL stink. Pro Bowl and preseason, not good. Not good.
Not my favorite. But I do love MLB All-Star. I'm a huge home run derby fan. Yes. I know you don't really love it.
I'm not into the derby, but I love the game. First three innings, when you get all these classic matchups, are great.
Yeah, no, the All-Star game, I think the MLB All-Star game is really fun. But I love the home run derby. And the skills contest, I went last year. It was in Chicago.
Yeah.
It was quite cold, but it was a great weekend. And I don't know. I just think it's fun to watch these. I'm a little disappointed about the dunk contest not having Zion, but they're doing it at halftime. We'll see how it goes. So Tom Brady was clearly enjoying his time at the Super Bowl boat parade. And he said on the Late Late Show with James Corden that he didn't really think about what he was doing before he threw the Lombardi trophy.
I was not thinking at that moment. There was not a thought. This seems like really fun to do. And then I found out later that had that been an incomplete pass, that would have went down like 80 feet.
80? I don't know about 80, but...
Oh, my God. You know, it's funny about that. It's amazing what beer can do to you. Everything seems
was he
possible.
on beer or some tequila?
Oh, he was. Was he on tequila?
I don't know. I don't remember the videos of what he was partaking in, but yeah, he was obvious. It was really fun to see him like loose and drunk. I know there was like a whole conversation about whether this was appropriate or not, which is like they drink beer out of the Stanley Cup. Calm down. By the way, there's not one of these. Like, do you think they just like share it?
There's a
like,
playoff. Like
the owner has one in his office. The coach has one in his office. Like they make multiple trophies. It's not just like one trophy. It was, I don't know. I enjoyed it, but I like shenanigans, and they won. Like, why shouldn't he celebrate?
Look at his reaction. He's just like, oh.
I'm glad he caught it, though. I will say that. Like, it would have been really clunky had he dropped it, but you know, it's the GOAT. He can get it that far. That was a fun scene.
Good for Tampa. A city that had done a lot right through the years. They draft good players. They'd had good coaches. They sell their stadium out. They could never get the quarterback right. They were the last team in the NFL that didn't ever have a star quarterback. Everybody's got one. Even Chicago had Sid Luckman. Everybody's got one. And when I was there in Tampa, we had tons of good players.
Just
Sam
always
Weiss.
A little bit loose.
We always had great players. You couldn't quite get the quarterback thing dialed in, and they finally did.
So the Texans are holding firm that they want to keep Deshaun Watson despite his request to be traded. Houston did grant J.J. Watt his wish to be released, and he is now happy in Arizona. And Watt just wants Deshaun to find the same happiness that he has.
I love Deshaun. We speak often. He's an incredible player, but he's an incredible person. The one thing I want for Deshaun Watson is for him to be happy. He deserves it, and I want him to be happy. So whatever that looks like for him, that's what I want for him.
That's nice. Nice thing to say.
We all want Deshaun to be happy. We also all want Deshaun to be in a place where he can actually fulfill his full potential.
Okay.
I've been on this for years because I have for years disliked the way that the Texans do business. I thought it was a huge mistake to make Bill O'Brien the coach and the GM, and it all started from me.
What was it?
I want Deshaun to get out of there, but what I think people are missing with Deshaun, and it's kind of starting to happen with Russell Wilson as well, although I wouldn't just find the Seahawks as a dysfunctional organization the way that I would the Texans, but it's a communication issue and it's an ego issue. And we talk about egos all the time and how they break down organizations and companies and dynasties all the time. And then we have amazing documentaries about all the things that went on behind the scenes. It was a massive part of what happened with Chicago and The Last Dance. It was about egos. That's really what broke it down at the end. At the end of the day, like what could be solved in a simple conversation unravels the greatest dynasty in sports that we're talking about 20 years later. When you first go to an organization or a company and you're a young talent, right? They take a chance on you. Deshaun Watson's a very high pick. There was not a huge chance. Russell Wilson obviously developed into that. But you owe that company to work hard, develop your talents, and become your full potential, right? This is an O period. That's why you don't make as much money when you start a company. But then you hit your full potential. And then the responsibility flips. And then it's on the company to provide the platform to maximize your talent.
Boom.
Let's be generous and say there's 15 quarterbacks on earth in the league that could win a Super Bowl, that could truly lead their team to a Super Bowl. That's generous. It's
close to that, though. No, Matt Ryan led late. I think 13 to 15 is reasonable.
Let's say 15. That means there are 15 men walking planet Earth out of the 3+ billion people that live on Earth that can do that job. 15 men.
And it may not be that many.
Right. I'm being generous. 15. Once they reach their full potential, it's on you as an organization or platform or company to maximize their potential. They no longer owe you. They worked through their youth. They developed into what they are. And now you need to maximize what they do through communication, through personnel, through coaching, through GM decisions. That's on you. And that's what everyone, to me, is missing with Deshaun Watson. He should have the ability to get out of this contract and go somewhere where he can be maximized.
Yeah, I totally agree with this, by the way. Very